To talk about one of my favorite things, beer. I do enjoy a good beer, everyone knows that, but there's a new alcoholic option that would feature an extremely private ingredient.
Beer. It's a multi-billion-dollar business, which includes alcoholic and non-alcoholic options made in every area of the world. But a Polish brewing company recently made news for its beer allegedly brewed with an ingredient from a different nook and cranny altogether. A woman's vagina.
Damn. One might say, why was the bread flat in Rugrats' Passover episode?
Chucky, look at this bread, it's flat!
Because they did not have enough vaginal yeast.
It's called Order of Yoni, and it's reportedly made with, wait for it, vaginal lactic acid.
Now, I'm not trying to make that as a crazy perverted joke, because I know Rugrats is, made for kids. But I mostly mean it because the depiction of the characters are Bible figures, which were adults. So that's where my mind was going with that, not the kids. My God, if it's something like that, please shut this channel down. I don't deserve 1,000 subscribers. I needed jail time, if that's what I'm actually talking about. But it's not. So, to it.
The company claims the final product tastes like a high-end champagne and that the prep process prevents any harmful bacteria or viruses from surviving. So, what do you say, ale aficionados? Could you stomach this eccentric addition to the beer market, or is it a major frothy faux pas?
Now, eventually, they're going to have people fiending and fawning over this, just like they were looking for this.
Give us the booty juice! We want the booty juice!
Yeah.
I mean, is this appealing?
No!
No.
Maybe for Europeans. I mean, it's a Polish guy with the idea, and he guarantees that the bacteria that he is using was taken from quote unquote a Czech model.
Right, that's right. I
Czech
want to see
model's
who this
vagina.
person is. Yeah.
We're using her.
Yeah. What kind of screening process did they go through?
He said it was in.
Hey, Dr. Pimple Popper's there. I really like Dr. Pimple Popper. Now, if she turns out to be grossed out by this, I'm telling you, that's something to not really invest in. I'm just saying, considering what she does for a living, if you haven't seen the show, seeing them cysts and zits get cut wide open and just ooze and juice out everywhere, there is some type of satisfaction of watching it happen, but also there's like oh God. It's not something that, it's not for everyone.
Incredibly difficult screening process to find this Czech model who was clean and healthy.
I bet it was very difficult.
Long and hard all over the country.
So I'm wondering if they actually how many models they sought out here. And did they finally find the one clean virgin out there, the one who hadn't been plowed through or ran through yet, to make their claim for this? I guess they did a lot of testing. I guess it would involve a lot of cotton swabs, STD testing, needles and all sorts of different things. Because, with something like this, you would want to be thorough. At least I would imagine.
Can I just say that I, as a gynecologist, look at vaginas every day. I never find them disgusting. I find this concept of a vaginal lactic acid beer repulsive.
Yes.
But again, no matter how hot a chick is, I just can't be chasing after her looking for this
Give us the booty juice! We want the booty juice!
Yes.
Well, you do need microorganisms to help in the fermentation.
Yes, but is there a shortage of lactic acid in the world that we need to go digging it out of some poor woman's vagina?
That's disgusting.
Which is a very good point. Is there a shortage of yeast out there that that's what we're reaching for now? Literally reaching for the vajayjay? So, it's one of those things I don't know. I wouldn't be diving for this first, but to me, this just sounds like an innovative project out there to get this juice from the nectars and from the heavens to make somebody probably feel youthful and young again or something like that. I don't know. The creators of this have to be one of those people that gets off to something like this, because I just don't see where you would start. When did you come up with this idea? When did you think, yes, I came up with the perfect idea last night for a beer? And then you pitched it to your boys and everybody's like, I like it. Who? When?
And also for the record, if I may, so you're an OBGYN. As an emergency medicine doctor, obviously there are a lot of issues, gynecologic, that we have to take care of. And we talk about the vagina as a self-cleaning oven, but sometimes the oven breaks.
Yeah.
You're so right.
And so all I can imagine is a broken oven and vaginal yeast, and this guy being like, ooh, get more of that. And then brewing his beer in the room next door. The whole concept is terrible.
I ain't gonna lie. When I hear this concept, my mind immediately goes where that doctor's went. Where I'm starting to think, yeah, more than likely, this is about somebody getting some type of sicko fetish off of this, where they will take even the dirty juice. Like, they say they do the cleaning and the vetting process and making sure it's all natural and pure and anything like that. I wonder how much they really care about that.
Yes.
It's terrible.
And that's
luckily,
a lot of work for these women. I mean, like, who?
The check. There's one woman. This one woman's this check model. And so apparently, I don't know if he's like, okay, we got to get you a raging yeast infection. Get more
First
yeast.
of all, here's what
Here's the
Travis,
good
you're a
news.
big beer fan.
I was.
I just have to say, I'm not a beer fan personally, but for those who are, I think this is a good reason to drink American beer, folks. Yes.
Oh, don't worry. You know America's next. And we're going to have another great product for you called Busch Light. The new and hottest yeast infection beer that you can find out there. Drink Busch, the new and remixed Busch Light.
There is a blessing in all this. It seems to have been a bust, so I'm not sure this beer is ever going to make it to market. We tried to get some here, and Drew, it couldn't make it through customs. That's why we don't have it. Because the FDA considers vaginal secretions, it's not considered food, and may transmit human disease, so we couldn't get it over here.
Well, I guess that throws away my Rugrats Passover joke. It's not food, so that wouldn't work.
Does this mean this Czech girl's out of a job now?
That was 7 years ago. Welcome back to Ran-DomU University, where today we got a very interesting topic on hand. I'm not going to take a whole bunch of your time, but I wanted to get through it, show you some other people's points of view on it, and I give a little bit of mine. But before we dive into this video, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel, as we are less than 30 subscribers away from 1,000 subscribers. Getting very close, you guys. Thank you for all the supporters and the people that have subscribed to the channel so far. Hopefully you enjoyed the last bit of content you dove into, and hopefully you'll enjoy this one as well. Either way, let's get into it.
Beer. Well, Amouranth's vaginal smear beer. Twitch/Kicks/OnlyFans creator Amouranth is taking her unique brand collaborations to a whole new level. The queen of hot tub streaming and the mastermind behind the fart jars and bath water. Okay, remembering she sold those, this beer doesn't sound as weird now. A Polish brewing company wants to brew a special flavor using Amouranth's very own vaginal yeast. Dare to try a sip? Before you start questioning the sanity of humanity, let's clarify something first. According to the website, the gynecologists collect vaginal smear from models. These smears are taken to the laboratory where bacteria is isolated, cleaned and analyzed and multiplied. At the end of the process, the bacteria are used to produce a pure lactic acid that goes into the beer. So it's not yeast for their beer. So it's not as crazy as it sounds.
Yeah, y'all remember a while ago when Belle Delphine was first blowing up? One of the things she did that really blew up was she started selling her bath water, right? And ironically enough, I think Amouranth ended up doing that afterwards as well. But it seems that we've reached the next evolution of that. I don't think anyone saw this coming, so I don't even know how to say it, so I'm just gonna go ahead and read the tweet. Amouranth is collabing with a beer company to brew a new flavor using her vaginal yeast.
It takes a lot to gross me out. If we were living in the Marvel universe, I would have already been recruited by the X-Men because Charles Xavier would have identified me with Cerebro as a mutant with the superhuman inability to feel disgust. But today, I found something that rattled me to my core, made my skin crawl. It is so icky. Amouranth announced a collaboration with a beer company to turn her vaginal yeast into a cold brewski for all to enjoy. I couldn't imagine drinking something more revolting.
But never did I think that I would, in my lifetime, experience a thing such as Amouranth making a beer with her vagina bacteria in it. Yeah, this has been trending, and this is nuts. There's actually a company in Poland, and if you look at their information on their website, it sounds fucking nuts.
Now, some of you may ask, who is Amouranth? I have no idea. I don't know who she is. Apparently, she's just some really fine model out somewhere. But I mean, just because she's hot does not mean I want her juice. You know what I'm saying? So, just not what I want. I mean, there's a lot of fine girls out there, but that's not what I'm seeking. But then again, I mean, what people are into these days are quite different. So,
Sure. They're private parts. What type of incel do you have to be interested in a beer like this? I'm gonna tell you this, I'm gonna be honest, I will at least try it one time. I'm a trisexual, I'll try anything once, I gotta do it for the video. So I will get one of these to try for video one time, but I'm telling you right now, it's being described as a sour ale. That doesn't sound appealing at all, to be honest.
I'd rather drink sewage. I would rather lick a cockroach, a live, living cockroach, than take a sip of vaginal yeast brew.
I can't even read that headline out without laughing. I already knew what it said. Like, I've already researched everything for the video, and I can't even say that out loud without laughing. But
now, I'm not as disturbed as some of these other guys about this product because I think they're using like 0.01% yeast, whatever ratio they're trying to justify having it in there. Apparently, it's not much. You're still not going to have me buying this beer. I'm just not interested in really drinking the beer. I don't really drink beer. I really don't want the gut. But I mean, I do like beer. I just don't think this one would be on the top of my list of beers to try. Now, would I try it? Because I mean, as a person, I'm willing to try alcoholic beverages. I might try it, but I'm probably not gonna buy a 6-pack. No, not gonna happen.
There is no one on the planet I would be enthusiastic about drinking the pussy beer from. Let's extend the net here. It doesn't even have to be vaginal yeast beverages. Any kind of bodily fluid body part beer sounds awful. If Jesus Christ right now resurrected again and he said, "Please, my children, feast upon my ass juice beer," I'd be hesitant. I'd be like, "Hey, bud, I appreciate everything you've done, but I really don't want to be drinking fucking colon cell brew beer."
the yoni lactobacillus is used in the production of limited edition sour ales. Sour is crazy. Lambics, flanker ales, and sour stouts. The sour is killing me. That's actually disgusting.
But my biggest gripe with this whole product is all these vaginal yeast beers that are going on out there. I mean, there's not much diversity in this. If we're talking about, diversity, equity, and inclusion and all that stuff nowadays, we're trying to be as woke as possible, being as inclusive as possible, being as 2023 as possible. We need to include more colors.
I am going to be honest here. I didn't even realize this was a popular thing or even a thing at all, but
because truthfully, we just don't know if that means there's actual other flavors. I mean, does it mean that this model's is just automatically sour mash and this one can be a little bit more sweet and, savory? I don't know. It just depends on what it is. Or that one's a little bit more salty. I don't know how it goes. Is it based on races or is it based on just one thing?
Where you're going to take a sip of this and it's going to change your whole fucking life. It's going to make you taller and more attractive, and now you're appreciating the true femininity of the female form.
So could you imagine if they were coming out with the tangy flavor, something like that, or they start trying to mix in a little bit more different flavors, get the sweet and salty, just like with potato chips, they're just throwing them all out there. And then you got this image of potato chips because it's kind of the same type of corn tortilla, wheat type of feeling, you know what I'm saying? That kind of stuff. I don't want it to be too disturbing.
They talk about pussy beer as if it's some kind of end-all be-all panacea, this sacred nectar from the heavens.
But this time around, I think it's obviously going to find a way to be out there because I think they're actually selling it now.
I mentioned this was trending on Twitter. You can see even Amouranth asked who wants a free bottle. I mean, she's owning this. She's a master of self-promotion and viral marketing. I think the only other person that tops her on this is Logan Paul. Which, I mean,
if you can sell, fart jars and, bathtub water and stuff like that just because it came from hot women, then, I mean, it is what it is.
You think at Amouranth she sold bath water? There's been other girls that have sold fart jars. This is the era of the Twitch thought, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not hating. Get the fucking bag. Get it. It is gross, but get the bag while there's simps out there.
That is crossing a line. That is the point of no return. If you're buying this and like getting hard from it, like being so terminally horny that you consider this like a sensual experience is so weird to me.
And the funniest tweet that I saw actually came from good friend of the channel, Boogie2988.
Ooh. To admit that, Boogie is a friend of your channel, I would not be doing that. Now, that video was posted like 2 weeks ago, and there's been a lot on that guy Boogie since, and none of it's been good. So if you want to, you can watch the documentary. It's been posted out there on YouTube somewhere, Boogie, whatever. And it's a mess. Dude sucks. I mean, sucks major balls. He is a terrible person. I would not recommend supporting that individual. He might want to cut ties. He should have said former friend of the channel. That would have been the way to go.
They said the fact that this will still sell out is the grossest part of the whole thing.
I guess there must be a market out there because people are enjoying drinking this stuff.
He's not wrong. This is going to sell out.
Now, honestly, I don't think people are going to go that crazy for this product. I mean, this is kind of a special product that they try to make, which once again, they tried to make this years ago, and it did not pass, customs. It didn't pass regulations. It did not get approved by anybody because they were like, yucky. Now, I completely forgot. Before concluding today, I wanted to let everybody know that Random University has now started colluding with OnlyFans models and also my cousin to start brewing our own products, starting with Pink Stripe and also Vag Blue Ribbon, and lastly, Down South. So if you want any of these products, they're all in production now. We're going to take a few months to get this taken care of, so I might have to take a break from the channel just so we can get that done. Well, I just wanted to let y'all know that in conclusion today, before I hit the credits. Obviously, that is a complete lie and complete fabrication. We are not engaging in any of that, though my cousin does brew his own beer. I didn't really have a whole lot on this topic though. I just kind of wanted to put it out there for everybody just so they have the awareness of what's going on out there. There's always something weird taking place in these streets if you just open up your phone and just turn on any of these apps for social media, whether it's X or Facebook, Instagram, well, it's YouTube posts, Twitch, Kick, I don't know. There's a million different platforms out there. Rumble, God bless. I mean, it doesn't end. So, I mean, even in email, you can get some weird stuff. So, honestly, I just want to put it out there for awareness before this product starts hitting your advertisements, just like on anything on Amazon. Like all those little links that's like when you're scrolling past the pages just like that. Yeah, that kind of stuff. So, either way, like, share, and subscribe to the channel once again if you haven't already. If you didn't like this video, hopefully you'll like one of the ones that will be on the screen here in a minute. And maybe that'll get you to subscribe. But either way, have a nice day. See you soon.